In what is being seen as a shot in the arm for India's nuclear supplies group bid, France has reiterated its support for India's entry to the nuclear supplies group. France appeals to the NSG members to make a positive decision on India and has said that India's entry will bolster international efforts on combating proliferation. In fact, according to diplomatic sources, the US is also assuaging concerns of China with regards to India. So that's a good news coming in there for India ahead of that important meeting that will be taking place in Seoul. Maha is joining us now for more on this. Maha, so despite China's opposition and reluctance, this is good news coming in for India, and also at a time when majority of the elite group members have backed India's membership.
Well, it is certainly a shot in the arm for India, considering that China has for the past 3 days been doing a flip-flop on whether India's bid to the NSG, the application is even up there on the agenda of the plenary in Seoul. So because China is at this moment continuing to play hardball, it is important for India to garner as much support as it can. And therefore, this statement from France becomes very vital and important as France continues to extend its support to India in very categorically was listing out that all NSG members must try and ensure that there is a positive decision as far as India's bid to the NSG at Seoul is concerned. Now, we are increasingly seeing, therefore, that China is being left isolated in this case. There are only a few countries apart from China at this moment, like South Africa and Turkey, which are also holding out. But S. Jaishankar, the Foreign Secretary, is already in Seoul and is trying to work with the rest of the countries to ensure that they are on board, which means that China, at the end of the day, if push comes to shove, will have to explain its opposition to India's entry into the elite nuclear group.
But there are also other countries, as you mentioned, like South Africa, Turkey and New Zealand, who are not in favor. So how much really is going to be this kind of news coming in from France and even, the United States backing India for its inclusion into that elite club?
Well, the United States is working very closely both with India and China. In fact, it has taken on itself to assuage the concerns of China with regards to India. In fact, what we have learned from our diplomatic sources is that this is the exact same posturing that China did around 2008 when India needed a waiver from the NSG for the Indo-US civil nuclear deal. And at that time, we do know that President Bush had made a call to his counterpart in China. And from what we understand from our sources, a similar situation, perhaps if need be, can happen this time around as well, because the United States is equally keen that India enters the nuclear suppliers group. As far as the other countries that we are mentioning over here, South Africa, Turkey, these are the two countries, as I was mentioning, that Foreign Secretary S. Jaishankar has gone to Seoul to talk with. Earlier, remember, it was Joint Secretary Amandeep Gill who was supposed to go to Seoul, but the Foreign Secretary has gone to Seoul solely for this reason, to continue to lobby with the other countries who are opposing India.
Absolutely, Maha. Very interesting there, developments coming in for now. Thanks so much for joining us.